Every floor should have a personal website. There's going to be different levels of how involved it is, whether you can shop online or not, but everyone should have a physical presence. Lenny mentioned you're walking around and florists don't have their website address on their awning or outside. Well, it's now 8 o'clock and you want to order flowers. Where are you going to go? You're going to somebody who has a website. It's a 24-hour store, so most people are doing at least some of their shopping online now. The latest statistic I could find, I couldn't find anything for 2010 or 2011, but 45% of Albertans in 2009 made a purchase online. So you're missing out on that business if you don't have a website. It's the baseline where customers get their news about the company and your products. So this is if a customer's never going to step foot into your store and they go onto your website, it's got to be a true representation of who you are and what your store offers. And it's a foundation for your brand. So this is going to carry you throughout your store, your website, your Facebook page, your tweets. What kind of shop do you want to be known as? Do you want to be known as the wedding store? Do you want to be known as the budget florist, which is fine. It's going to communicate who you are. If they never step into your store, this is what you're going to portray. Where to get one? You can have one personally designed for you. A lot of florists are going to website designers and having them custom made. Usually there's a setup fee, either a monthly fee, monthly maintenance fee, or a per change fee. So every time you want to upload pictures or change prices, you've got to pay that website designer. One thing to be cautious of is do some research on your website designer, because there's a lot of them out there that just open up shop, they'll design your website for you, and when you go to make changes in the future, they're not there, and you now have a stagnant website, you can't make any changes. I had a florist in Richmond, she spent $1,600 just to get her website designed. 2 minutes later, she wanted to add some pictures, change some prices. Website designer didn't return her phone calls. So make sure you do your research, and they're going to be around in the future when you want to make changes. You can design one yourself. Unless you're really techie, this probably isn't the best route to go. I'm knowledgeable enough to put a page up with information, but to get a shopping cart on there and make it interactive and to constantly be making changes, it's really not worth the money savings to design one yourself. The only time you can really get away with this is if you're the only shop in town, no one around you, and you just want to make sure that you have a presence on the internet and make sure you have your shop information, a phone number, and an email. So if someone is late at night, 8 o'clock, and they want to send you an email on what they want for the next day, you can come into that order the next day. Subscribe to one provided by a wire service. We all provide them. They're actually fully customizable, contrary to popular belief. You can add your own pictures, delete our pictures, change your pricing. You can create your own subjects, you can have an entire wedding topic in there. And really, we can take care of it for you if you're afraid of making all the changes, or you can do whatever you want to it. And there's usually no setup fee, and it's just a per monthly fee. What to do with it once you have it? Claim your listing on Google and other search engines. I had Donna go around with those handouts there. This is really important because, again, it's free to do, and it brings you up in the Google rankings. I hear so many people say, well, I have a website, but I'm not getting any orders on it. Well, what are you doing to promote it? All you have to do is you go on Google, you enter your website, and Google's a business. They want to send their customers to businesses that are active, that are constantly updating, that have claimed their URL. They don't want to send it to a website that's never updating. So that's going to get you up in the rankings. If somebody's typing in Edmonton florist, one florist has claimed their URL, one hasn't, your name's going to come up first. Landing page should be uncluttered and a representation of your shop. There's nothing worse than going to a web page, and this is for any business, and there's like 30 pictures on the front page. You get overwhelmed, you don't want to shop on there anymore, and you go to the next page. So make sure it's uncluttered, and I would recommend it going to your About Us page, because we keep hearing all this talk of the order gatherers and how come when I type in Look Home Florist, some other shop that's not even located there comes up. Make sure it goes to your About Us page, and you can say we are local, we're family owned, we've been in business since then. You can have a picture of the exterior of the shop, the interior. It builds trust with people shopping online. Encourage customers to write reviews. Again, a lot of people won't buy anything unless they've read a couple of reviews about your shop. We've got Yelp out there now. I don't know if any of you have been on Yelp, but customers can go on, write reviews. That's another way to build trust, and not only that, but that will also bring you up in the Google search rankings, because the more activity linked to your shop, the more that you're going to come up. And keep it up to date and fresh. There's nothing worse than it's summer and you still have Valentine's Day flowers on your website. Customers aren't going to trust that your flowers are up to date and fresh if your website isn't up to date and fresh. I roll out of bed in the morning and I check my Facebook. So if you could go to the customers instead of them having them come to you, I wake up in the morning and I see that my shop in Surrey has their roses at 50% off. That's the first thing I'm seeing when I get up in the morning. I'm not going anywhere else. I'm not driving by any other shops. I'm not looking at sandwich boards outside. I just see that on my Facebook. They've got a special. It's minimum management, so you can have an unlimited number of followers like your page and you don't have to approve them. So with your Facebook profile page, you've got to accept friend requests and you have to wait back and forth. But with this, somebody likes you and instantly they're a follower of yours. And if I like you, so if I go on and I've liked many of my florist Facebook pages, it shows up on my own personal wall. So now my 400 friends see that I've liked your shop. And they might say, well, that's interesting, now I want to take a look. So they go over to your page, now they like you. Now their 400 friends see your shop, and it's instant spread. Pages are showing up in Google searches. So when you search for Lacombe Florist, just keep looking at you, using you as an example, your Facebook page would come up in the rankings. So not only is your website page coming up, but your Facebook page is coming up as well. And it's free, free, free. It doesn't cost you anything to set up a Facebook page. And you can just designate someone in your shop to do it. If you don't have the time or you don't want to put in the effort, just pick somebody that you trust. What to do with it once you have one? Claim your vanity URL. Just like you would claim your website page, you can claim your Facebook page. So you might want to claim your you kind of have to decide which one you want to promote the most. So if you want your Facebook to be the first thing that customers see, they go to your Facebook page, you have a link to your website, you have your store information, you have your email address and everything there, then I would claim your Facebook page on Google, Bing, Yahoo, and vice versa. If you want people to go to your website, then claim your website on all of these, and on your website, make sure you have a link to your Facebook page. Follow us on Facebook. It's just a little button you can add to any website. Have a landing page other than your wall, similar to talking about the website, where you want it to be uncluttered. Another reason for that is on your wall, anyone can post comments. So if you've had a bitter customer, they might go on your Facebook wall and post, I didn't receive my flowers, or they were unfresh. And if you have a potential customer going to your wall, you don't want that, they're going to your site, you don't want the first thing that they see to be a complaint. All you have to do is you go into account settings on your page, and you can have your info page be your landing page. So there you can put your information, where you're located, your website, and all that. Create an avatar. That goes back to having the same brand across everything. Have a logo that you use everywhere. You use on your Facebook page, you use on your website, you use in your store. There's a shop in Burnaby. They've had the same logo for 40 years. And they're recognized in the community because of that. Integrate external content. This is really important. You can put anything on Facebook. You can put YouTube videos. You can put links to articles. You can put fresh flower pictures that you just got in. Don't just stick to fresh flowers and arrangements, because I have a shop in Saskatoon and they do how-to videos. They do one every week. And it might be a how to preserve your flowers or how to design your own fresh cut bouquet. And then they put it on their Facebook page every week. So it keeps all their followers interested and coming back to see what they've posted each day. And customize it. Within Facebook on the business page, you can go in and you can target email your customers. So everyone that follows you, you go into account settings, edit page, target audience, and you can send out an email, Mother's Day is coming, get your order in by the end of April and get 10% off, or whatever you want to do to send it out to them. Twitter. This is one that Heather touched on. She's now twitting. And this one, it's not as in our mind as Facebook is. People aren't as comfortable with it. And there's a misconception about it, actually, that Twitter is for tweens and teenagers coming up. The average age of someone who tweeted in 2010 is 39. So that's really the market you're focusing on when you have a Twitter account, is the businessmen who are following their stocks or following their favorite company and who are going to come in and spend a lot of money on their significant other. What to do with it? Run special deals and promos. So this is the number one reason you should be on Twitter, because you can, Heather mentioned putting out the billboards. If people aren't driving by your shop or the sandwich boards, this is a good way to say, again, if your name's Bob, come in for a free rose. Or we just got a whole shipment of tulips in, come in for 25% off the next day. Or you can give out coupon codes, come in the next 2 weeks. You can also receive customer complaints on this and shut it down right away. Nobody wants customers to complain, but it's going to happen regardless. And you can show that you're a responsible shop that's going to take care of your customers if the customer complains on here and they can see your responses instead of the he tells 2 people, she tells 2 people, a wildfire starts. And interact with your competition, not only to get ideas, but also to learn from their mistakes. If they're on Twitter and they've done a promotion last week where they did 50% off the roses for the week and it completely depleted their stock and really didn't bring in any business, you know now not to do that yourself. Know that it affects more of your shop's attributes than just boosting your sales. So know that if I post this picture on Facebook, I'm not going to get $100 more in my store. It's more just getting your name out there in every way possible. Ignore metrics like number of followers. It's important to have followers, and you want more people to like you on Facebook, and you want more people to follow you on Twitter, but if they're not qualified followers, there's not really a point in having them. You can have 1,000 followers and 1% buy from you, or you can have 100 followers and 50% buy from you. So it's good to get people following you, but if they're not coming into your store and they're not spreading your name around, then there's no benefit. Define your success metrics. So before you start out in a social media marketing campaign, what are you hoping to gain from it? Do you want to increase your weddings, number of weddings from last year to this year? Do you want to be known as the expert in your community when it comes to tropicals? Do you want to be known as the budget florist? So once you've defined what your success metric is, see if that's improved. See if people are coming to you because of your Facebook page for weddings, because they saw all the beautiful weddings you did over the last couple of weeks. See if people are coming to you because you've been tweeting about all these 50% off discounts, and maybe those aren't the customers that you want to gain, but there's the deal followers like that go on Groupon and Deal Find and all that. They use you once at 50% off, and now they're coming to you for their wedding or a funeral or whatever.